Hey there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from and what time you're here. I appreciate you following, liking, supporting this channel. This channel is based on those that are trying to get into the industry of network marketing, who want to see their business grow, but they haven't been able to make it happen. As I've seen, if you've stumbled upon this video, there's other videos that I have in my channel. Just check back. There's from the beginning to where we're at here. This segment right here kind of deals with the things that we will run into, which is questions and objections. Okay. This happens in every step in our recruiting or inviting process. I know there's the old saying, we recruit, and people go, I don't like to recruit. Well, recruiting's fun if you can get it down. If you understand the skills, it can be really fun. But let's just call it inviting. When you invite people to a party, or you invite people to come take a look at a restaurant, or you invite people to go take a look at something that you've done, you're giving them opportunity to take a look, and all you're doing is you're inviting. But in this inviting process, you're going to come across questions and objections, from people, and this is a natural thing that goes in people's minds. A lot of people aren't just going to join you because you told them one thing and they jump in and they join you. No, a lot of times your prospects, what they'll do is they'll bring up, and they'll bring this up because they want to sound intelligent. They don't want to make it sound like, they don't know, they don't want to make it seem like they're being an easy target, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so they'll throw out, objections. And there's smoke screens. A lot of times they're just smoke screens, objections, to see how you are going to behave when they ask a question. How do you respond? If you act defensively, in this question that they ask, you'll really, what you're planting is the seed of doubt in their minds. Okay, and if you come across offensively, you get offended by the question that they ask or whatever, then you'll chase them away. Have you ever found that to be true? And you wonder why they're running away, or you call them up, they're no longer available. They're like, they went into the Witness Protection Agency. They're like, where did they go? I was just talking to them yesterday and now they're gone, So remember, your goal and my goal is not to get the person in and drag them in and hopefully they'll understand, or throw them against the wall and see if they stick. And that's the way that people treat this a lot of times. That's the old way of doing it, and, in a case that you're inviting thousands of people, you got to build a rapport with these people. And you got to realize that we're educating and we're giving people understanding. We're not here to win an argument. And a lot of people want to win an argument. That's just their goal. They just want to win the argument for no reason, to no apparent reason. And our job really is just to help the blind people see. They're blind. They don't see. They're babies. They don't know anything. We got to treat them so. When someone brings up a negative question, or, they offer an objection. They bring up an objection. All they're really doing, remember this, all they're really doing is helping you to identify one of their blind spots. Remember, that's a blind spot to them, so you have to treat it that way. It's helpful to know what these are, so that, you can assist, your prospects to eliminating eliminating them. That's what we used to do in the sales company I was in. We would eliminate the objections. We would say, is that the only reason you don't want to join? Or is that the only reason? And they'll say, well, no, I have this or that, also. So you keep eliminating those by asking the questions that you want to get them to get all that out of them. And then they have nowhere to go. And then and this comes from exposure to exposure. Getting them to come to a Zoom, getting them to come to another Zoom. And then finally, without you saying anything, they'll come to you and they'll say, hey, I want to join. Once they say they join, then they understand and they probably will stick with it. They're not going to leave, that kind of thing. I'm going to give you some specific, tactics to help overcome these objections that you're going to get. And guess what? There's only a few that you're going to get, which is pretty cool. It's not a bunch of them, and they're not going to squirm out of all of them, and they're not going to make it up anymore. There's just a few. But if you will, focus on the concepts, tactics will come and go, but concepts will last a lifetime. So what we found is that objections fall into one or two categories. Okay, remember this. The first is the prospects limiting beliefs in their abilities. They aren't sure they can be successful. The second is limiting belief in network marketing. They aren't sure network marketing will help them achieve their goals in life, when there has been many that have been getting into network marketing and are very successful. And those are about 3 to 5%. So you have a lot of people that are posers. You got less of those people that are amateurs. And then you got the professionals. And those are the people that really, really make it happen, because they're the ones that make it happen. They're the ones out making the calls. They're the ones inviting. The amateurs kind of look around and watch what's going on, and they're like, they see what's going on, but they don't take action. And then the posers are just sitting there going, George, which way did he go? Which way did he go, George? And they're, oh, there's a squirrel. They don't get serious about their business. They treat it like a lottery ticket. For both categories, one of the best concepts is empathy. Okay. How you relate to people. And the best way I know is to relate to people is to let them know that you're just like them. You had the same doubts, you had the same fears, you had the same questions, and all that, and you overcame them. Believe it or not, your story, okay, your story is what will help others more than anything about the knowledge about the company, the compensation plan, or any of that is your story. What is your story? And why are you here? If you can't define that to why you're here, then you'll leave. You'll leave your network marketing company and you'll go to another one. You go to another one. You won't be able to figure it out because you don't have a big enough why you want to stay. And don't go chase the shiny objects. If you're in something, stay in it, because people will not see you as serious. They will not take you serious. Oh, he comes with another one. Here he comes with another one because that didn't work out, Well, what happened to that other one? Well, it fell apart, or whatever you want to say, I don't know if you know about this, but there's called the feel, felt, found technique or skill, if you want, to learn. When a prospect offers an objection to anything that that they say, just respond to, I felt that same way. And what I know how you feel. Okay, I know exactly how you feel. Why? Because I felt the same way. I had the same questions. I had the same objections. But what I found was ... You fill the dots in. What I found was, and that will help you a lot. But your prospects will hear you more if you tell your story. And if you don't have a story, use somebody else's story. Tell somebody else's story. Your stories keep interest. Questions keep control. Just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully you'll like, give me a thumbs up, comment. Got the comments open, comment, and hopefully subscribe to get the more videos that I put out. They take a long time to put out. They're not something I can just do a video and then just put it out. It takes about a day or two for YouTube to upload the video. So I appreciate you. Thank you. If you've subscribed, I really, really appreciate it. It helps to push the algorithm out there for other people that need to know this information, because you got to remember, 80% of the people in network marketing are what's known as a poser. And then you got about maybe 10 or so percent that are actually amateurs. And then you got the 3 to 5% that are actually pros, people that are professionals, people that hold this as a profession and not a lottery ticket, a glorified lottery ticket, or a hobby. Don't treat this a hobby. Treat this as a business. It is a business. It's just a different form of a business. It's not a brick and mortar, but it is a business. So anyway, thank you for your support. I really appreciate you, and I really thank you. And keep coming back for more. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye for now. See you at the top.